Hi everybody, it's Monday morning finish line on Tuesday. We do Monday morning finish line on holidays, but I'll explain that in a second. How's everybody doing? Sorry I missed you last week. So I had a crazy idea of going to Peoria on Saturday and then driving down to Terre Haute later in the afternoon and the evening and to watch the Nike Twilight meet and then get ready for Naperville Twilight. And in the process I got sick, and that's what happens when you're up for like 23 and a half hours straight. And so don't you do that at home, kids. So in any case, I'm a little bit better. Didn't go to West Aurora on Saturday because it was too cold at 8:30 in the morning, and 8:30 would have worked in my schedule because I went to see my daughter. So I figured I was gonna push everything back because I was gonna go to Amboy today. So I don't know if I've talked about the road less traveled and where all your friends are doing, well, let's do this, let's jump off the Sears Tower, or let's do this, and there's a few people that go out and will take the road less traveled, and it's Robert Frost, you know, are unique and will do things differently. So this morning I decided my tradition for Amboy, I always take my time going out there, take US 30 going out there, nice country road, hardly any cars on the road, and I can just sit back, relax, sing, everything else. Until I got into Hinckley this morning and they decided to do construction. So the lady's waving me over to the left-hand side. I'm driving down this road, and I hear this boom. And this light comes on my car. It's like, one of your tires is too low. It was like 35, 34, 18 and 34, so flat tire. And thanks to the dealership where they made one of the lug nuts too tough to get off. Don't you hate when that happens? So, any case, wasn't able to make it to Amboy, and I love Amboy. I really do. It's a great meet, and we saw some great action from Amboy. On the girls' side, I was expecting Winnebago, but I didn't see Natalia Martino in there. I'm waiting to hear back from her coach. But Monticello, 1-3 by Mabry Brune and Rachel Kuhn, and when they win it, Monticello over Winnebago. Winnebago had a nice little pack in there without Martino up there, or maybe that was a strategy to hold them back a little bit. I don't know. I wasn't there. So Monticello wins it. Winnebago's second. Rock Falls a solid third. And IC Catholic Prep making their first appearance there. They get fourth. Had some runners up there. They had Manchester and Calcagno and Valdez up towards the front. The fourth and fifth runners getting a little bit closer too. So very interesting. On the boys' side at Amboy, now here's the funny thing. Do you remember the interview I did with Dawson Smith after he won at first to the finish? And I said, well, yeah, we got that. Maybe I'll see you at Amboy. He's like, I've had a lot of bad luck at that race. He wins by 14 seconds. Way to go, Dawson. And Dawson just verbally committed to Southern Illinois University. So a future Saluki, and I salute you. But a great job by Dawson Smith. Monticello wins on the boys' side ahead of Clifton Central. Defending state champs get second there. Elmwood third, but Elmwood, here again, split it up. They put some sophomores in the sophomore 2.4 mile race and the none to the varsity race. So Elmwood holding their cards, shielding their cards, not letting people see what they really have, but we know what you have, and we know you're going to be up there at the time counts. So we can go back through some other things. What else? Number of things. 2 weeks. So why don't we talk about my little trip? Hats off to the Peoria Park District. If you've seen some of the pictures that I put out there where the triangle was underwater at Detweiler before the Peoria Invite. And then you got there on Saturday morning, they got me in a golf cart, they're like, let's drive down there, let's show you what we did. And boy, they did a lot. So there are some park districts that will want to not let you run on a course if it gets a little wet. Peoria Park District took care of them. And there were some great races there on that day. We saw St. Charles East. St. Charles East is for real, one of the top 5 teams. The nation top team in the state. Sandburg went out hard in that race. You've seen the results and what I wrote and everything else. So Sandburg looked good getting second there. And then in the 1A, 2A race, Crystal Lake South, the scores were up in the 150s with Crystal Lake South over Dunlop, Brooke Stromsland, solo 1646, Amy Rosenstein, about 1725, 1726 there. But great races there. In the boys race, Sam Lang, 1448 again. Absolute great run by him. So, then I drove, and got something to eat, and got to watch some great racing, 2 great teams, Beaver Creek. Now, some of the national people are like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to stop. And Beaver Creek's for real, and they're one of the top teams in the nation. They're going to be they should qualify out of the Midwest. It's not going to be 2 Illinois teams getting the auto bids this year unless something drastically happens to Beaver Creek. But Beaver Creek had 4 in the first 5. I mean, that means nothing, but they're split. The one thing with their split, they started the year they're split from their 4th to their 5th runner. You can't measure a split off of Taylor Ewart. I mean, and here's their pack, and here's their 5th runner. Well, their 5th runner is getting a little bit closer. She's gone from 2 minutes to 90 seconds to 75 seconds at Nike Twilight Valley Twilight. Yeah. And last week at their conference meet went down to 69 seconds from 4 to 5. So that split is getting smaller. They go 55 to 58 seconds from 4 to 5 because they had that presence up front. They're going to be tough to beat. Yorkville girls, now they got 4th. They got 4th at Naperville Twilight. Once they get everybody back in, we'll get to see them Friday at Southwest Prairie Conference. Once they get everybody back together, Kaylee Fox Racing, Anna Hunter back in there, they got 3rd, and they looked good doing it. And they moved the last mile, which really impressed me. So Yorkville, and you could tell at Naperville, they were tired. You raced 2 huge races like that in a matter of 4 or 5 days, while Downers North and Hinsdale, and Downers South and Hinsdale and Naperville North were resting. And then on the boys' side, York. You can see my York stuff back there. Wore that type of Sykes top my junior and senior year. They look good, and this is the team that we thought we would see at the beginning of the year. But the first 2 meets, they sucked. They were rusty. They didn't have everything together. So you get those rusty races, and then you come out and you run a 34-second split on 5 runners, and that's with Ethan Kern as their 5th runner. So, and when I did the rankings, I didn't figure Kern in that pack. Figured Kern 34 seconds. So let's see what happens. Kern is running again. He'll be racing this weekend at West Suburban Silver, and we'll see how tight that pack gets. And a tight pack like that in the front, you saw that with Beaver Creek, they're going to be good. So, and that's why I have York at number 2. It's not off of potential, it's off of what they ran at Terre Haute, and that's why they're ranked high nationally. Sorry, guys. But that's the way it is. Naperville Twilight. So, let's show the end of the girls' varsity race.
But this is 4 in a row for Caitlin Hart of Glenbard West.
Strong time. Ladies and gentlemen, Caitlin Hart, Glenbard West, followed by
16:26.
in the
Perec, the great race, at 34. Search at 37. Gampo with the great race, 4th in 1642. Stromson at 46.
You can see how close Caitlin Hart was to the rest of the pack. And, you know, we hope, you know, oh, she's going to break this record. You'd think that every time that she goes out, she's going to break a record. And she didn't. You can't toe the line and run a PR every race. There are a few people that could, but with Caitlin, I think there's a lot of things with making a college decision that weighs a lot on you, because if you like so many schools, you don't want to disappoint one of those schools, and I've been there. So you not in the capacity that Caitlin's in right now. So that wears on you. That puts a little bit of mental stress. You're thinking about that during the race a little bit. I mean, preparation-wise, before the race and everything else. She still ran 16:26. She had an, if you want to call it, an off race, but she still won. That's saying a lot of her mental toughness and everything else. So hopefully Caitlin makes a choice, and she will soon, and I know she'll be happy with it, and then we could see her going zoom, zoom, zoom all over the course again. Not that she wasn't going zoom, zoom, zoom at Naperville Twilight. Girls teams, and that's what everybody was looking at, the team battle there in Naperville North. Came in there psyched on their home course, 5 in the first 20 without Campbell Peterson. Now Peterson was cleared to run, and she didn't. She was sick. She had 102 fever on Tuesday, and Coach Dan Iverson said, yeah, she was ready to race. She just got sick, so she'll run at DVC this weekend, hopefully. And but Naperville North looks really good. Maggie Gamboa had, think about it, they're almost all junior, maybe one senior in the top 7, but all junior sophomores. They're tough. They're going to be tough next year. But Maggie Gamboa's come into her own. She was 4th in that race, 16:41. And then Audrey Mendris led the pack. They had like an 18-second split between 2 to 5. Great pack. Great pack. So they're going for 4 in a row at state. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Plenty of time, plenty of meets to go, and we go into the state series and everything else. On the boys' side, Naperville Central, nice pack. They got 23-second split on 5. They won that meet by 2 points over Jones. Jones' 5th runner had some medical issues during the race where they needed to call an ambulance afterwards, where he had hyperventilated or did something. So hopefully he's doing okay. But only 2 points, 110 to 112. The team that would have won it, Manuka. They had 2 sophomores up there. You put them in their varsity, Manuka wins the team title. They would have scored 75 to 80 points. That's it. Manuka, they may keep those guys down this weekend, or this Friday at Southwest Prairie. We will see. Knowing Gummerson, he will. You know, okay, Newman, you can try to figure out where we're at with all this stuff. I'm smart. But Manuka would have won that. And going back to the girls' race, you have like 6 runners under 17 minutes. You have you had Hart, and you have Ava Perec, who runs a 20-second PR, 16:33. So we're thinking in 2A, oh, Tatum David. No, Tatum David runs 16:42 at the Centralia this weekend. She goes into her conference meet and into the state series as a big favorite. But here comes Perec running 16:33, and Brooke Stromslin running 16:46. She did that twice. She did it at Peoria, and then she came back at Naperville Twilight. So, what can we say? Wow. So you have Perec, you have Tatum David, you have Brooke Stromslin, the defending champion in 2A. That 2A girls race is going to be fun. and we're less than a month away from state. Okay, so I'm getting excited now. Upcoming this week, it's conference week. There's so much going on. We'll try to keep you updated. Keep checking athletic.net. We'll have the up-to-the-minute results, or we'll try to have everything up by Saturday night. We had everything up Saturday night here. Check out Roland Hopkins speed rankings on his site. Roland does a great job with that, and I know you guys check out his site. I know it because he shows me the emails that you guys are doing. So keep doing that. What do we have? We have Mid-Suburban League, Hersey and Barrington, the favorites in the boys and the girls. We have West Suburban Silver, where York is going to be the favorite in the boys. The girls meet. It's usually the boys race that overshadows the girls race. The boys race is going to be good, but the girls race, you have Hinsdale Central. You have all 16, I forgot Proviso West. You have 6 out of the 7 teams in that division, in that conference, that are ranked, I want to say like in the top 15, top 17, something like that. It's ridiculous. That's the toughest division conference in the state right now for the girls. So that'll be interesting. You have Southwest Prairie on Friday at Shanahan Park, and you have the arrival of Yorkville and West Aurora into that conference. So you have Yorkville, Minooka, Oswego, great girls race. Oswego East has been looking up. They ran pretty good at Metamora on Saturday. So you have Oswego East, you have Minooka, and I think those are the 2 teams to keep an eye on. In what else? We have somebody, I don't know. What else? We have Duquesne. Duquesne Conference meet. You have St. Charles against Warville South again on the boys level. On the girls side, Batavia looked good with Schlenker. And Schlenker's starting to move up. She's starting to move up. With Batavia and Wheaton Warrenville South, the 2 teams, but Batavia, the slight favorite coming in there. Alice Abbott challenging Schlenker for the individual title along with Samantha Poglich. You have something else. Southwest Suburban Conference. You have this individual race. You have the Giblin brothers from Sandburg. You have Jared Crease of Lincoln Way Central. You have Brett Gardner of Lincoln Way East, and you have Tyler Cushing of Bolingbrook. What? That's a state meet preview right there. That's going to be a great race. So, and then there's all sort of other things going on. You have the Patriot Invitational in Peoria on Saturday afternoon. Some of the top 1A teams there. Middle Illini on Friday, along with Southwest Prairie, and there's so many other meets. You have Caneland and Dixon. Dixon is at the Big Northern Conference meet, and Caneland is at the Illini 8 Conference meet, new conference for Caneland. So, a lot of things going on, and I promise, unless I get deathly ill again this weekend, I hope not. My voice held out through this, thank goodness for that. So, Monday morning finish line, we will, with a lot to talk about in conference meets, so we'll see what happens. So. And I just got a text from my tire guy, had to replace the tire. So Hinckley Department of whatever repairs or whatever, you're getting a bill. You're getting a bill for my tire because you can't keep a clean street. So I'm sure I'm going to get an email. Mr. Newman, we're not responsible for what you drive. Blah, 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 whatever. What else? Another thing too, Lydia Roller. 1637 at East Altonwood River, the invite at Belk Park. Now, the times are fast. There are runners that are running a faster time by over a minute or something like that. Roller ran a minute faster than she did a year ago, so I don't know if that's 3 miles. Maybe we should officially measure it so we can officially call it a record. Stop. There are some people in life that shouldn't be on Twitter. Okay. Yeah, I'm too snarky. All right, so that's it. Everybody have a great week. God forbid, I will be at some meets this weekend. I can't wait. And we'll get you ready for the conference meets with some previews and all that other fun stuff we do. My nose is about ready to explode. So I'm going to stop before you get to see snottage coming out of my cottage. So for next time that we meet, this is Mike Newman from Monday Morning Finish Line. Have a great conference meet or whatever meet you're running in this week. We'll talk to you soon.